start today's news at noon with a live look from our sky cam at Pioneer Courthouse Square. Looks kind of sunny out there, no showers, but this weekend is going to be a different story. Thank you for joining us here at noon. I'm China Green. Let's get right to meteorologist Rod Hill with the latest on the forecast we can expect this weekend.
Yeah, China, you would never know looking from the Pioneer Park building as you just did that anything could possibly happen, right? In fact, we're at 61 degrees outside right now, and for a noon temperature for today's date, that's definitely bonus territory. But I begin with the reminder that rain is still expected over much of your weekend. You can see the first significant rain bands now being picked up on radar. That's still offshore. The coast is generally just as sunny and gorgeous as we are here in the city. And here's that temperature of 61 degrees. East-southeast winds at 15. We do have a gusty east wind out in the gorge, but those winds will be easing as they switch around to the southwest over the next 24 hours. But for the remainder of this afternoon, everything holds off. I have a 65 at 2, 64 at 5 o'clock. And then you get into the evening. Clouds will quickly sweep in, and we could have our first raindrops as soon as about 8 o'clock. And of course, tonight, high school football and a bunch of other things going on. Here's 6:16. Most of the rain still offshore. Here comes the rain inland this evening, and certainly by 9 o'clock tonight, our rain chances are starting to pick up. We'll show you all the rain coming in for the weekend. Also talk Mount Hood snow levels coming down. That's ahead of my complete forecast.
Thank you, Rod. New at noon, the food poisoning outbreak tied to McDonald's Quarter Pounders has expanded, and now more restaurants are pulling items from their menu. At least 75 people have gotten sick in 13 states. 22 people have been hospitalized. 2 people developed a dangerous kidney disease complication, and 1 person has died. No source of the E. coli outbreak has been identified, but officials are focused on onions from Taylor Farms, a California-based produce grower. Yum Brands has pulled the onions from some Taco Bell, KFC, Pizza Hut locations due to this outbreak. And earlier this week, restaurant supplier U.S. Food issued a recall notification for 4 onion products produced by Taylor Farms. We have developing news on the scene out of North Portland where police attempted to serve a search warrant at an apartment. This incident happened near North Maryland Avenue and North Prescott Street. Portland police say the 2 people surrendered right away, but 1 man refused to come out of the unit. Police tried to get the man to come out on his own, but ended up using tear gas, even a canine. At one point, the man began fighting with the dog, trying to drag it back into the apartment. Police were able to take the man into custody. He's being treated for his injuries right now. No word on the canine's condition. The 15-year-old suspect accused of killing almost his entire family in Falls City, Washington, has been charged in their murders. He'll be arraigned in court today. The suspect, who we aren't naming because he's a minor, is facing an aggravated murder charge, each for his parents and 3 siblings, plus an attempted murder charge for his 11-year-old sister who survived the attack. House Speaker Mike Johnson made stops in Southwest Washington and Oregon yesterday to rally for Republican Joe Kent and Congresswoman Lori Chavez-DeRemer. Both face extremely close races for Washington's 3rd and Oregon's 5th congressional district. And when asked why he came all this way to campaign in Washington, Johnson had this to say.
Well, it shows you how important this race is to us. This district in Washington is one that everybody around the country is watching because it's so important. It's rated as one of the closest toss-up seats and one that the Republican Party should win.
In Washington's 3rd, Republican Joe Kent is looking to unseat Democrat Marie Gluesenkamp-Perez. In Oregon's 5th, incumbent and Republican Lori Chavez-DeRemer is looking to hold her seat over Democrat Janelle Bynum. And with just 12 days to go to the election, Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler gave his final progress report on the state of the Rose City yesterday. New voters will decide now who will be the next mayor. Here's KGW's Catherine Cook with the details.
Please welcome to the stage one last time, Mayor Wheeler.
With just over 2 months left in office, Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler gave his final State of the City address Thursday. The Portland Metro Chamber hosted the event, a chance for Wheeler to reflect on 8 years as mayor.
Honestly, I feel like I was made for it. It wasn't always fun. It wasn't always easy. I wasn't always successful. I did some things right. I did some things wrong.
Wheeler and the city faced unprecedented challenges during his tenure. Months of riots and civil unrest, weather emergencies, both hot and cold, the COVID shutdown, and record homelessness and crime.
We leaned in to these challenges. I like to think of it as a judo maneuver. We saw an opportunity to pivot and improve our services to the community.
What I think is on the line is this momentum, because we cannot go backwards.
Chamber President Andrew Hone appreciates where the city is now.
It's not perfect, but there is steady progress. There are more people on our streets. It feels safer. There's less litter. There's less crime. There's big announcements like the WNBA.
And the MLB. Wheeler announced that next week he'll ask council to approve a resolution committing the city to partnering with the Portland Diamond Project.
These sports franchises can bring billions of dollars into our community.
It may be one of his last moves as mayor.
I'm really happy for him personally because this job is so hard.
Vanessa Sturgeon is president of TMT Development. As she looks ahead to next year and who may lead the city, her mind rests on Portland's economic health and recovery.
It's become very clear what Portlanders are focused on. We're focused on housing, homelessness, and public safety. That's what the constituents care about. It's what the elected officials need to focus on, and at least now we're all rowing in the same direction.
Even if it's still a bit upstream. Catherine Cook, KGW News.
And we have more election coverage up right now on KGW.com and streaming on KGW Plus, including deep dives into Portland's new city government and how it will work, and Multnomah County ensures election security. And if you haven't sent in your ballot yet and aren't sure who to vote for, check out Voter Guide on the big races and statewide measures. Just text the word VOTE to 503-226-5088. We will text you back with a link with what you need to know.